Hey!
Hey, hi.
Welcome to the Natasha and Debbie show.
Hello.
That's brutal. Just two patriotic girls, so please don't take us the wrong way. I tried to get her just now because she was singing, and I hit record real fast to catch it, but
No catching
sometimes
me.
it doesn't work out.
No catching me. So, hi, everybody. Welcome to the Natasha and Debbie show.
How you doing, guys?
They're doing great because they're here with us on Friday. Hello.
Yeah, that's right. Friday's our thing now.
I know.
Hopefully you remembered that.
They did. They remembered.
Well, they
because
are here.
they've been watching our videos and paying attention.
But
what?
No, go ahead.
And if you've been watching our videos, then you know about my New Year's resolution and my birthday wish that I'm wanting, which is I would love for you to consider subscribing to our channel because I have a goal to get us to 100,000 subscribers by March 21st.
For birthday.
That's right. My birthday. You can write that down. Debbie's birthday, March 21st. But first, you have to subscribe. That would be wonderful.
This is the birthday present she wants more than anything else.
It's just a goal. And if you don't know what subscribing means, I did a whole video about it. And Natasha was nice enough to edit it for me.
It's just a couple days ago, so you go check it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to subscribe today, that'd be great. Hit the like button if you like the content. That'd be awesome.
Help me reach that goal. We can do it.
Don't mess with her. She's scarier than you think she is.
No, no.
She is. So today's video is on something that you guys might think that maybe this was misleading, the title or the thumbnail or whatever, but it's not. We have actually never looked at London, the city itself.
Right.
We did a couple little things. We looked at London for some parts of the Christmas, just little pieces of it. We looked at the secret city of London back a year and a half ago when we first started our channel. And just a couple little things. London Bridge, I think. That's it. But we've never actually really done a look at London. We've looked at so many places and all over the UK. From the Cotswolds up to Yorkshire. We went to Wales. We went to Scotland. We've not looked at London. And that was intentional. We did that intentionally because just like we don't like when people come over to America and say, oh, I've been to America. I've been in New York City.
Yeah, not the same.
No. We know that a lot of people in the UK feel the same way about London. So we wanted to see the majority, or not majority, but a good portion of the United Kingdom before we looked at London. Today, we're going to look at London, England, mega city, capital of the United Kingdom.
Let's check it out.
The world's largest city, until 1925, is now a mature, well-planned metropolis with a population of 13.7 million.
I didn't expect much water.
It's a highly admired place and is consistently ranked as a top 3 most visited destination on the planet.
Really?
Making its airspace the busiest on Earth.
What's number? Wait, what?
There's the largest
What's number 1? First of all, if it's number 3, what's number 2? Busiest airspace?
The busiest airspace.
Holy crap! I didn't expect that.
on the planet, making its airspace the busiest on Earth.
Did not know that.
There's the largest urban economy in Europe,
Sorry.
with the greatest concentration of top-class universities. It has hosted the Summer Olympics a record 3 times. It has something for everyone, whether
beautiful.
you're after luxury,
Yes.
the world's most 5-star hotels,
I'm down.
nature, the world's largest
Beautiful.
urban forest in a city with more than 40% green space,
Didn't know that.
sports, the world's highest total stadium capacity, or entertainment, the world's biggest theater audience. But while the high life continues for many, this city has seen its share of tough times. This is London, the Empire City.
All right, I'm intrigued.
Nice.
Londinium was founded in 43 AD along the River Thames
Oh,
as a
that's cool.
gateway for goods and people entering Britannia from every corner of the Roman Empire. A walled city covering roughly 1.5 square kilometers, Roman London reached a population of 60,000 in the 2nd century. But the empire soon came under severe crisis, and by the 4th century, Londinium was completely abandoned.
Really?
After 700 years, what was now called London had recovered to become the largest town in England.
Okay.
The construction of Westminster Abbey in the 11th century ensured its place as the heart of the country. Since then, the Abbey has hosted every coronation of an English or British monarch. Its most
Wow.
How cool is that, though?
That is some serious history there.
I mean, I
love
did know that, actually, but how cool is that?
That is amazing.
I hope that better be darn well protected and fortified and everything.
Yes, preserved.
So, absolutely.
Well maintained.
Forever. Wow.
Since then, the Abbey has hosted every coronation of an English or British monarch. Its most recent royal wedding was Prince William to Catherine Middleton, and last month, the state funeral of Elizabeth II took place at the Abbey. Sitting alongside is the Palace of Westminster, home to the government of the United Kingdom with its 2 Houses of Parliament. Westminster lies just southwest of the City of London, a ceremonial district that covers a bit more than a square mile.
Lord, that's
Yeah.
It constituted
wow. Okay.
most of settled London through the Middle Ages and is today one of the world's most important financial centers.
Mm-hmm.
The Royal Exchange, seen here with work being done to its facade, was the center of London commerce. Originally opened by Queen Elizabeth I, royal
Really?
heralds still shout the news of historic events from its steps, like the dissolution of Parliament and the start of a new monarch's reign.
3 cheers for His Majesty the King. Hip hip, hooray!
Just outside the city's borders is the Tower of London. Originally a castle built by
Know
King
that.
William the Conqueror, it has served as a grand royal palace, a prison, a treasury, a menagerie, the Royal Mint, a public record office, and the home of the crown jewels of England.
And ravens.
In the 1660s, it was an armory, during the most destructive event in London's history. Still reeling from the Great Plague that year that had killed 100,000 people, nearly a quarter of its population, Londoners awoke on the morning of September 2nd, 1666, to high wind and smoke. Over 4 days, most of the medieval city was destroyed by a raging fire. The
Okay,
Tower of
Sorry
London...
about that. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Just that we'd heard about this, but haven't really looked into the fire.
That's what I was going to say. Actually was going to bring this up to you a couple weeks ago,
Mhm.
because this has been the comments when we were doing. Oh, it was when we did the video on houses here versus houses there, and a lot of
Uh-huh.
people are like, we can't have wood houses. Why do you have wood houses? I think
Right.
those were banned after the Great Fire of London, if I'm saying that correctly.
Mhm.
Or not. I don't know if they're banned, whatever. So we never did do a video on this. We don't know anything about it other than what he just said and what you guys have mentioned in the comments. Let us know in the comments of this video if you'd like us to do a video on the fire.
More specifically on that, yeah.
I'm not really one to do things about disasters because it's sad, but I think it's been enough time that
Yeah,
it might
and
be okay.
And it'd be interesting to see how it was rebuilt, what caused it,
Right.
everything that went along with it.
Yeah, no, I agree. So just let us know. But yeah, sorry, I just wanted to see that next couple seconds.
London garrison used gunpowder to create effective fire breaks that stopped the fire's spread to the east.
Really?
Although there's never been an official death toll, several thousand were likely killed, and thousands of buildings were reduced to ash, including over 13,000 homes, 90 churches, and St. Paul's Cathedral.
Oh, wow.
In the aftermath, many architects submitted plans reimagining grand boulevards along a grid system that would become popular in urban America. But the businessmen of the city were eager to rebuild and mostly stuck to the old street plan, although they widened some streets and built with brick and stone rather than flammable wood.
Right. Understood.
Even without an extensive redesign, the cost of the rebuild forced the City of London Corporation into default, and forced thousands of its newly homeless residents to resettle in the countryside, with a little push from King Charles II, who feared they might revolt. So how did London survive a devastating plague and fire in the same year?
That's a lot.
The simplest explanation
Yeah.
is that the culture of the city at this time was historically dynamic, cultivating ingenuity in every aspect of society.
Well, before he goes on here, though, that is a lot in that time period, too. Like, places didn't come back from things like that back then.
No, they sure didn't.
That's a big deal. And that shows, the people,
Yes.
pulling together. And
Yes. The perseverance, the grit of them to rebuild and overcome
absolutely.
such tragedy.
So that's just, I didn't know that happened at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very interesting.
Dynamic, cultivating ingenuity in every aspect of society. London's population had recently exploded leading up to the Great Plague and fire,
Okay.
growing from 50,000 to 500,000. As the main port in the North Sea, its ships were taking full advantage of new trading opportunities in the Americas and Asia. And one new commodity they brought back gave Londoners a huge jolt: coffee. The foreign brew was served in houses that became meeting places to catch up on and debate the news of the day. Soon, houses catered to particular trades like craftsmen, writers, and explorers. The free exchange of ideas they encouraged gave rise to the UK's National Academy of Sciences, whose members included the coffeehouse-addicted Robert Hooke, the great Isaac Newton, chemist Robert Boyle, philosopher John Locke, and prolific architect Christopher Wren. Coffeehouse culture also fueled the world's first great capitalist economy.
Well, isn't that cool? And you know why that's cool?
Why?
Because that was my hangout, not London, but coffee houses when I was a teenager in high school and stuff like that. This is a fascinating video.
Coffeehouse culture also fueled the world's first great capitalist economy. Edward Lloyd's house specialized in obtaining the most reliable shipping news. A waiter there would read out the latest bulletins, then pin them to a wall, attracting long-distance traders eager to make deals on site. Today, Lloyd's has evolved into the world's main insurance market, an unseen but vital engine in the globalized economy, where brokers and underwriters can still meet face-to-face to form the trust necessary to close deals that are too risky or unique for any other market. This culture also established in 1694 the Bank of England, creating a publicly financed national debt, an innovation that positioned Britain as a global superpower and its capital as the world's most important city of the 1700s. London's wealth allowed it to finance the most powerful navy the world had ever seen. The memorial column at Trafalgar Square commemorates the victory that cemented Britain's superiority on the high seas. The battle saw an outnumbered Admiral Horatio Nelson bravely sacrifice his life while leading his warships into the heart of the combined Spanish and French fleets, decimating them without losing a single British vessel. The victory ended any hope European conquerors like Napoleon had for invading Britain by sea, and set the stage for a peacetime boom. Propelled by inventions like the electric motor by London's Michael Faraday, the Industrial Revolution brought rapid urbanization and growth, and by 1831, London was the largest city in the world. It was also filthy. The Thames was an open sewer, capturing the waste of 3 million people. The stink and cholera it produced was unbearable. Chief Civil Engineer Joseph Bazalgette was put in charge of creating a modern sewer system, an innovative mega-project involving hundreds of miles of brick and cement tunnels, combined with several pumping stations, to move the sewage a few miles downriver and release it safely.
I have to say, I'm very glad he came along and cleaned up everything.
We learned this.
We did.
You remember?
Yes.
It's been a while.
In about our history of toilets, yes.
If you guys have not seen, it's one of our favorite videos we've ever done. It was meant to be a Patreon video. And it was Debbie's idea, and it's literally the history of toilets. I think we changed the title to the British roll. Get it, like toilet paper roll thing. Something with the toilets. Go back. It's from earlier in 2022. But I was so annoyed. I didn't want to do this video. I'm like,
she was so mad. It was so fun to do that video.
Within 20 seconds, I'm cracking up like this is one of the best videos I've ever seen in my life.
Away from London. Another engineering marvel at this time was the underground.
There you go.
Through trial and error over 20 grueling years, project mastermind John Fowler's team perfected the technique of cut and cover, completing the Metropolitan line in 1863.
That's impressive.
It was both the world's first subterranean and rapid railway system. Today, it is the third longest metro system on Earth, and is still growing. The 19 billion pound Elizabeth.
I just find that so impressive that someone from back then could figure out how to dig a tunnel, and then cover it back up, and then create this whole train.
No, I totally agree with you.
And this is what we use now is the tube and the underground tunnel. I mean, it's just, it blows my mind how people thought of this stuff.
Hold on. I always have to rewind a little bit. But no, I agree with you 100%.
Metro system on Earth, and is still growing. The 19 billion pound Elizabeth line was inaugurated this May, completing a phase that was the biggest construction project in all of Europe.
Wow. That's cool.
The quality of transportation available to Londoners, including their roads and stagecoach service, allowed them to settle and commute farther from the city center. With the population passing 6 million in the 1800s, middle-class workers were looking for homes with a modest garden. So developers built sprawling tracts in the outskirts, including the Beacon Tree Estate in Dagenham.
Never heard of Dagenham.
With more than 25,000 semi-detached dwellings, it was the largest housing development in the world.
Okay.
It seems suburbia began in Britain, foreshadowing the sprawl that was to come to places like Los Angeles.
Yeah, that was a bit of a shocker right there.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we haven't heard of that because we haven't been looking at London.
That's right, we haven't.
Literally dancing around it.
As London swallowed up more and more of the surrounding countryside, authorities contained it by reserving wide swaths of land for a green belt 7 to 10 miles deep around its built-up area.
Okay.
This so-called girdle could only be left wild, turned into parks, or used for agriculture, an idea sold to Londoners as guaranteeing their access to recreation. The citizens of Britain's other cities wanted access to clean air and nature too, and soon were adopting green belts of their own. In 1941,
Hold on. I have a question about that though. And this is a serious question. So I know that, the population of not just London, well, we'll just talk about London right now. It's a ton of people in a very small area, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all about nature and preserving nature and not touching it. However, if you have a ton of people in a space and you're running out of room and rent, which is worldwide right now, and New York City, forget it. So I'm assuming London is the same. You're not going to basically live anywhere unless you're I can't even think of the word.
Quadrillionaire?
Something like that, yeah.
We'll make one up.
Yeah, that works. I would imagine the same would be said for London. I would assume it'd be the same.
Yeah, housing crisis.
What are you going to do, though, when you run out of space? The only thing that you can do is increase rent even more, right?
Build up. Keep going up.
Right, but I'm saying, too, but do you open that green belt up to or not? And that's a controversial thing. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying, is that even a question? Is this even a conversation that's being had? Or am I just seeing something that maybe I'm the only one saying that?
Yeah, so you're saying take over the green space.
No, I'm not saying anything.
You said, would you?
Yeah, I'm saying, is that a conversation that's being had?
Yeah, is that a possibility?
I never give an opinion usually on stuff, so nobody's trying to get me in trouble.
I'm trying to ask, is that even a conversation anyone's having about going into the green space a little bit to build more housing to help solve the housing?
Well, and I don't even know, is it still a thing? Is that even still there? I don't know. So, just asking. Hopefully that made sense. 1941, I think.
And soon were adopting green belts of their own.
Green belt.
In 1941, after Hitler's Air Force bombed London for 8 months, killing more than 30,000, many buildings were destroyed. However, with the green belt restricting development, the cost of the land available to build on rose, a trend that has continued until today, when 70% of the cost of a new building is now the purchase of the land, compared to just 25% in the 1950s. This has contributed to a severe shortage of affordable housing.
Okay, I promise you, I have not seen this video. I swear to you.
We sure have.
That's actually eerie.
Yeah, that was a good leadway into it.
I guess it's a conversation that's been had.
It sparked a much-needed conversation about how to more wisely use London's precious public lands in ways that actually benefit the general public.
Beautiful.
Another post-war development was an increase in immigration to London from the British Commonwealth countries of India, Jamaica, and Pakistan. Today, more than 4 million Londoners are foreign-born, the fourth largest immigrant community in the world after New York, LA, and Paris. But drawing so many new arrivals has contributed to London's housing crunch, and the megacity now has the highest real estate prices in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So developers try to stack...
It's the same thing as New York. That's why I brought it up, you know?
And LA.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So I find that interesting.
More square footage on each plot of land, making buildings taller and changing London's notoriously low-slung skyline.
That's what you said. Build up.
The financial districts are home to most of the 103 buildings taller than 100 meters, the second to most skyscrapers in Europe, behind Moscow.
Oh.
Okay.
As a picturesque riverine city with layers of historic architecture, gorgeous greenscapes, an economy that hums along as the capital of one of the world's most stable democracies, it's no wonder why people and their money are drawn to London. However, the twin challenges of assimilating millions of foreigners and adapting to the rising cost of living, especially for those outside the capital, helped sway a majority of British voters to leave the European Union in the summer of 2016.
We're not getting into that.
A decision that continues to challenge the churn of occupants at 10 Downing Street, the Prime Minister's residence. Just across from St. James Park is Buckingham Palace, official residence of the head of state of the United Kingdom, the newly crowned King Charles III. While both Brexit and the role of a monarch in a modern society pose internal political challenges for the entire country, London is also grappling with the wicked problem facing the entire world: climate change.
Yeah.
During the record heat wave this July that saw temperatures reach 40.2 Celsius or 104.4 Fahrenheit at Heathrow Airport, numerous parts of London were again ablaze. To the east, the steadily rising sea presents an enormous flood risk to an estimated £200 billion worth of property along the Thames, a tidal river. To protect the city, an impressive 520-meter retractable barrier was built in 1984, a structure the Environmental Agency believes should last, with slight modifications, until 2070, a testament to the foresight of its design and engineering team.
Well, what do you think about that? You think subways were cool back then? I think that's pretty doggone cool.
I think it's all cool.
Right?
I mean, all the ingenuity of people pre-planning and protecting cities and transportation everywhere. It's mind-boggling to me.
They need something like that down in like New Orleans and stuff.
Yeah.
Were you thinking the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. They did put something up, but I think that thing's already ready to come down this year, wasn't it? 2023 was supposed to come down. Or not, it was supposed to be restabilized and it cost like gajillions of dollars. And
now that's not working so
we need to steal this and put this
some engineers.
Yeah, and steal this and put these in some of the badly damaged hurricane paths here in America.
The ones that keep getting...
This is so cool.
This is cool. I'm glad we've done this video.
Yeah, if you guys like this, hit the like button. This is awesome.
Water also presents another challenge. While London is sometimes perceived as consistently socked in by fog and gray skies, it actually receives just half the rainfall of New York City, despite a significantly more northern latitude.
Really?
Oh, really, guys? Always talking about how rainy. Really?
Half. Okay.
Oh, really?
Well, that's interesting and good to know.
Huh. Why the crap is New York City not greener then?
I don't know.
Actually, it is.
And not termed as foggy all the time. But
it is, though. Central Park is beautifully green and stunning.
Yeah.
But I did not know that.
It even gets less rain than the fairly dry cities of Rome, Lisbon, and Sydney. The problem is that the western half of southern England catches most of the rain systems from the Atlantic, receiving about 4 times the precipitation as the eastern half. As things continue to get drier and more unpredictable, hydrologists warn that London, on the eastern, dry side, may begin having water supply problems by 2050.
Really?
So a debate is ongoing about whether to submerge a swath of Oxfordshire on the Thames to create a reservoir to store water for the megacity.
Okay.
But although London faces a few challenges from forces beyond its control, solving them seems relatively straightforward. And looking ahead, London's position, well away from the coast, on a temperate island with no active volcanoes, is one of the most advantageous locations for any major city in history.
Agreed.
Which should allow it to continue as a top global city well into the 2100s.
Holy crap, man. That's just not what I expected with this video.
No.
I didn't expect that to get stuck there. Now it's my new earring. It looks cool. Wow. I mean, I feel like, from that and hearing just some of the history, because he packed a lot in like less than 14 minutes.
Sure did.
But anytime there's been a big problem, you guys have solved it. And that's admirable as heck, and love it. Love it. And as opposed to coming up with things that sometimes just work for a short period of time.
Yeah.
But you're looking to not just like a quick fix, you're looking to a solution that's going to last for generations. And
yeah,
I applaud you for that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm not worried about you. In other words,
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to London. I mean, going all the way back at the beginning of it, how it's gone through everything, the Great Fire, keeping that grain belt around. I think that was genius, to be honest.
No, I agree. But I don't know if it's likely that would stay. Or is it going to be more like what you're saying, build up? Let us know what you guys thought. Your thoughts are on that. Either way, but the ingenuity, like you said, it's impressive. It's so impressive.
Yeah, and then I built the underground and all the railways underneath. I mean, that was...
The canal system, too. They didn't mention that. I mean, that's not just London, of course, but still.
Everything.
That's the entire United Kingdom. If you guys like this, please hit the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel and make Debbie's birthday wish come true.
Yes, help me out. Consider subscribing. Help me meet my goal, March 21st. We can do it.
Prove me wrong, so I'm like, it's not going to happen.
We can do it. I have faith.
It's up to them, Debs.
It is up to them. And they're going to help me.
So, thanks so much for watching.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
And we always appreciate you guys and hope you know that we will be back on Sunday. And hopefully so will you. So you guys have a great weekend. Until Sunday, we'll see you then. As always, love like jazz.
Be as strong as Tyson.
Bye.
Bye.